Okay, so the class has started. Good morning, good afternoon, and you're welcome to the class of Creativity and Design here at Covenant University in Ota, Nigeria. My name is Oluwole Aboyade, your facilitator for a teacher for Creativity and Design here for the undergraduate class. Today we're going to focus on three things. And the first one is on design language. And the reason why we'll talk about design language is because for anything you do, there's a language for it. Any discipline you are involved in, there's a language for it. And you also have history of anything you are involved in. As a matter of fact, for you to understand the language, you will need to look at the history of that discipline, even if you want to be a pharmacist. Biology has its own language, physics has its own language, mathematics has its own language. We also know that even fine art, theater art, film production, they all have their own language. And today I brought something for you to see how language works in the real world. Now, you will see over here, I introduced you to the right application last week, and you can see the right application and the health of my page, which is also my mind, with the design mind. Now, this is to help the psychologists and the people who are in the field of the negative world to understand their own reality. That what the planet of mind is writing about the mind of an individual, you cannot manipulate, because once it's written, it's forever. And that's the evidence there. And that's in regards to that type of mind. Now, you will see here that I have used the same right application on Facebook to also create what design language is. Here you can see it's about space. So, since it's about space, you have to look at the history of language. Language has history. And that history will exist in it. And what I've said here is that creativity and design is creation. Creativity and design is creation, not manipulation, not propaganda. Listen to me very well so that you don't make a mistake. And I will give you an example of countries, of people who have manipulated creativity for propaganda, for disruption and unrest. And I will relate it to the war going on in Ukraine today. Now, creativity and design is creation. You must always remember that. The history of language is embedded in our space. You can write it down. The history of language is embedded in our space. And you can see I've put the pictures of space. This is actually mass. Yes. Mass has its own language. Believe it or not, it has its own language. When you get there, the atmospheric expression is a language. On Mars, you don't move at the frame rate that you move on Earth. The frame rate on Mars is different from the frame rate on Mother Earth. And that's because when you work here, you are able to breathe with your nose, you are able to interact in this atmosphere. It's because the language allows you to do that. The space allows you to do that. When you get to Mars, that is not the case. That is not the case. It's a state of space where it's not very friendly to you as a human. You can't dress like this on Mars. But Mars is even too far. Let's look at our planet Earth to look at the history of language. Now, I also said we can look at the Bible. We read the Bible all the time, but the Bible has done a lot of work for us to understand creativity and design. And we'll make a reference to it because even Canaan land here is a spiritual environment. Now, you have to understand this. The Bible clearly states in John 1:1, in the beginning. John 1:1 said what? The Bible said, in the beginning was the what? Is there a language without a word? No. Is there a word without a language? No. That's your evidence. Using the Bible. So, the Bible told us the history, the beginning of language is space. And you can see it right there. Now, you also have to understand. You also have to understand that when you talk about language, you can see how your environment can change your language. For example, my sister over here, stand up, please. I want you to come and see something. Stand up and come over here. My sister over here, I'm going to use an example. I'm going to change her language. And I'm going to use space to change her language. I'm going to use space to change her behavior. I'm going to use space to also change her what? Her intelligence. I'm also going to use space to change what? To change her what? Her emotions. Now, I have some stuff here. One says happy birthday. Abi? Another one says design mind. Now, do you like anything here? Nice. Now, you are pointing to it because it exists where? What you are pointing to, where does it exist? In space. I just asked her, do you like anything? She has the option to say, I don't like anything. Do you know that? But that's not the option. The option is, in this space, she liked something. But can this thing exist if there's no space? No! All of this cannot exist if there's no space. And this thing that is existing has language and words. Thank you, Nancy. Can you see how language is embedded in space? Language is also very visible. It can give you ability to see if you understand it. So the reason why I brought this to class today is because these are not product of desire. This is actually the certificate for some of you in this class. But the way I will do that certificate, you will not have a copy of it in all of creation for eternity again. And it's evident here. Yes. So what I will do now is that we'll go into okay. So we'll go into yes. This is Google. And this is Google. Google exists where? The internet exists where? In space. Yes. And it's full of words. Internet is full of what? Words and what? Images. Yes. Now, look at what they are saying here. They said design being. Listen to this very well. They said design being. This is from Design Singapore. This is from Singapore. They said design being. In this class, we focus on design mind. Remember? Yes. And the certificate is right here for design mind. And it has a coin that you can never find anywhere again. There's no duplicate of this coin again. Because this coin traveled from the Americas down here. I brought it with my finger. It's not that somebody gave it to me. I brought it all the way from the Americas to the Africa. So this coin has traveled different spaces with different fingerprints. Do you know how many people have spent this coin before it got to me in America, before I moved it to Africa, before I can now seal it into a certificate of design mind? That's to tell you, there's no other certificate like this in the world. Because that coin does not exist again. It only exists in this space here. So for this one, happy birthday. And this is the one for the Queen of England, who has even passed on. This is the one for the Queen of England. This is the original, not duplicate of this. Even if the new king, King Charles, sees this, the value of these will collect any monetary value in the entire a video of it, I will post it online. There shall be no intelligence to say anything in this video is false. That's a command. So we move on to design being. The reason why I had to bring Google out is because we have a lot of people in Nigeria, they use negative intelligence. We're going to talk about intelligence design today. When they see you say something they've not heard before, they will say you are crazy. It's not because you are crazy, it's because they don't want you to be doing that thing. Because that thing is making them look inferior. So they will badmouth you, they will talk negative about you. It's part of it. Even the American intelligence uses that. Saddam Hussein, the Bush CIA said Saddam Hussein was having nuclear war, this. They went and fought the war and destroyed the place. Today, has that giving them peace over there? No. Propaganda. And that's why I told you, the reason for your creativity is not to involve in propaganda, is to continue to sustain the beauty and the essence of creation. Once you involve in propaganda, you will continue to exist in a state of unrest. And that is what is happening in Ukraine. They lost their creative ability. And that is why I brought this coin to create a certificate you can never find in any other space in the entire memory lane of creation. Yes, even Harvard does not have anything that is here. MIT in Boston, one of the best universities in the world, does not have anything that is here. There's nothing here you can find in China. It is impossible. Yes, the Queen of England is right here. Yes. So that is design being. Design being is ability to do something that is now your lifestyle. And under design being, you have three things you must do. You must protect your act. You must protect your heart. And you must protect your what? Your act. So you have three A's. The first one is A-R-T. You must protect that act. The second one is the A-C-T. You must protect that act. And the third one is the H-E-A-R-T. Your act. You must protect those three. Once you know how to protect those three by creating originality, design mind was what made me to see value in a penny. And brought that penny from America to Africa to create a certificate that is now more valuable than any monetary value. This money is still a means of exchange in America. You can still spend all this money anywhere you go. Yes. And there's no discipline. If you like being a chemist or whatever, if they give you a certificate, you can never have a certificate like this. This is created out of creativity and design. And it has wealthy, healthy being value. Yes. It also carries spirituality and intelligence. It carries the archive of one of the most powerful monarchs in the world. Yes, the Queen of England. Even in England, in the United Kingdom, you can never find a certificate like this. And I'm doing a video to invoke their intelligence. Yes. That is why Bill Clinton, the former president of America, said specifically, and I quote, that if we must look for a true creator, it must be in the African domain. Also, Abraham Lincoln told them, but Americans don't have the mind to see what their leaders are telling them. Abraham Lincoln said, think of what you will do for America, not what America will do for you. You know what Abraham Lincoln was saying? He's saying that America has nothing. The president of America is saying, think of what you. He did not say, think of what America. He did not see America doing anything for anybody. He saw nothing of value in America. Yes, and that is why I told you in this class, you must know how to design your being with your skills, your passion. Connect your passion with the intelligence that you are studying in school, so that you can have a design being that can create originality, that can be healthy, wealthy, value anywhere in the world, and that can hold command anywhere in the world. Also, you also have to understand the fact that in today's world, everybody is losing the idea of monetary value. They are not looking for things of what? Things that carry spirituality, creativity, and intelligence. Nobody just wants to go to market and just buy. No. People they've outgrown all that nonsense. Yes. And it's affecting the entertainment world. A lot of people don't go to theater to watch movie again. They just go on the internet and watch TikTok video. That's why you see some TikTok video that is produced with less than 1 penny. We have almost 50 million viewers. And the Hollywood movie that is produced with $300 million might not even have the 50 million viewers. That is the evidence for it. That is the evidence. So, in designing, you must learn to live your art, protect your art, and also protect your heart. And for you to do that, you must be able to create and use everything I've taught you in this class, which is here. You must learn history. From history, you must learn language of whatever you want to focus on, and then use that to design your mind. Use that to also now design the space, ignite your design thinking, have the vision to see, and then connect your skills to adapt to changes. Look at what they said there. They said design being is about being agile in the face of change and finding opportunities in disruption while keeping our humanity. That is what they are saying in Singapore. The Singaporeans are not stupid for talking about design being. They are not stupid. And that is why Facebook was even telling me to teach America creativity and design. Because they've lost their creativity. They are involved in a state of unrest. Why should you have creativity and design and you are using it to create guns, bombs, to kill each other? Is that the reason for creativity? What led to our existence? Is it shooting each other? What led to you to be able to grow up? Is it shooting each other? No! That is what America has not come up with. They've not been able to answer that question. And that is why they're in a state of unrest. I'm saying it so that they can hear. The Obamas were involved. Their president has been involved in creating unrest. Sponsoring unrest around the world. And if this class does not address that, there's no other class that can address it. Yes. So that's why I brought this, and that's why I have involved the Queen's presence in this. Because the Queen's presence carries a command, and let me tell you the creative command of the Queen of England that has passed on. Most of you might not know that during the reign of Her Majesty, the Queen of England, Elizabeth, that was when we gave birth to the internet and its ability to exist and be available for everybody. If not for our reign, we might not have had the opportunity to have what we have today that is called the internet. So that is why she made it in this, my original creation, and I have used this expression called happy birthday, and I have put a coin there that belongs to her, and this now we're going to display on our EDS day for people to come and take a look at. And I'm sure you will not find anybody in the whole of that EDS participation with any of these. It is impossible, unless they have to travel to UK to go and get this. But you can't. Yes. So that's the way it goes for that. Now, I want to show you in our design mind design, you have to look at design intelligence. How do you design intelligence? Intelligence is not when you are smart. Intelligence is when you are able to create something that can create the command to sustain what? A healthy, wealthy being. That is intelligence. Once you are not sustaining a wealthy, healthy being, your intelligence is disruption. And we have disruptive intelligence. That's the one America uses a lot. That's the one that has led us to the war in Ukraine. Yes. Yes. But creative intelligence. And through design intelligence, as it relates to creativity and design, will help you to sustain peace, because then you will know how to deal with your neighbor. Look at now, I'm a Nigerian, and I'm valuing the Queen of England, who is British. The British don't see value in me as a Nigerian. That is their own truth. But me, who is a Nigerian, I see value in the British. The value I'm giving to their queen, they don't give it to their queen. They cannot come here and teach their queen about this kind of value. That is what I'm telling you. That is true creativity. And there's a video for them to see. I will post it to England. That is what they have to think about. And remember, in today's world, because of the internet, there's something called global truth. And it's formed with algorithms. Because anything you say will become your command. Anything you think will become your creation and your command. So if you say, this girl is stupid, you will be the first person to become stupid before the girl. That is what is happening today. Yes. That is why a lot of people in the intelligence world are now waking up to the consciousness of what true intelligence really means. And we must all learn from that. And that is why I have brought the American coins. We also have the Nigerian coins here. Most of you have not seen this coin. You will have time to come and take a look at them. And if you want to take a picture, you take a picture. Now, you will have time to look at this. The reason why the coin is here is because in this class of creativity and design, we cannot talk about creativity and design as it relates to the digital space without talking about the coin and our ability to help us attain free internet, access to internet. Because you have to remember, anything happening in the Commonwealth countries passes through her. I hope you know that. Yes. So that is why I have to give her that honor. And that is why we say, happy Creativity and Design Day. So that is what we're celebrating today as well. So, and remember now, on Saturday, we'll be having our EDS Day. Please, I want you guys to participate. Our class rep, please stand up, come and address them before we continue the class. And we'll show them that. Please come and address them.